And hello there, welcome back to my Minecraft world. As you can see, I'm here at once again at the XP farm, the Blaze XP farm. Um, I've got 53 levels, but before I head back, what I might do is just, there's one thing that's been bugging me, and that is that when I'm up on the gantry, up the top, up the very top up there, um, yeah, I always find to push the reset button for the timer, which is over that way. Uh, yes, push the reset button for the timer, and then I go, I haven't reset the special holding area, the glass pistons, but maybe I'll just show you them. So these two glass, which stop the new blaze from the old blaze. Not that it matters, because no blaze should normally be up above there anyway, because they stop spawning. But normally I would have to run all the way across and come down the ladder and then run over here and reset the button here, and then the two glass would retract. But if I don't do that, then the blaze sit up there and they start jumping around too crazily. So yeah, what I want to try and do is with the reset button that's that starts, sorry, not the reset button, with the button that starts the timer up the top there and snakes down here and connects to the wire that runs behind this button here. I want to branch it off and make it somehow connect to this reset button at the same time. I mean, essentially it does the same thing, so let's see what we can do. Probably down here might be the easiest way to get in. I might take that one out as well. Okay, be very careful not to break anything. Okay, so here's what the existing stuff is. So I'll just get rid of this nether rack. Might just turn that music down a tad. There we go. So, yep, let's keep digging out. I just finished watching the ultra hardcore series with Good, Kurt Jane Mac, Etho, Doc M. Oh, I think that might be the one. Is it that one? Might be. Oh, I can't really look there, can I? Let's just have a... Oh. Right, yeah. So that's the button is right in front of this block that comes through here and triggers this T flip-flop here, which is the reset path for the to reset it all. But yeah, I was just watching the ultra hardcore with all of the good, etc. And what a spectacular ending. I mean, seriously. My heart was pounding. And I wasn't even playing the thing. So there. Okay, so now we're looking at... So the power comes down here, which goes to this block down here, which I think from memory has a redstone torch on the other side, inverted. So when it gets powered, it gets... Oh, that's right, and it travels up one. So yeah, so there's a inverted redstone torch down here. Won't get it. Nah, screw that. And then it sends power to this block, which has another redstone torch on it, which then connects to the wire. So yeah, seems so long ago. Anyway, now what I want to do is run this redstone wire down here. I'm not sure if it's going to be too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I think it's going to be too long. I think I might need a repeater in the middle. Let's pop that up here. Doesn't really matter where. Okay. And just need to clear some stuff out here. Make a bit of space for myself. And I actually want to put a repeater on here so it powers directly into the one in front. So the power comes along here, and then sends power into that block, which should trigger the circuit. Now it gives you both options there. You can trigger it both with the button from the ground level, or you can do it from up above. I'm not sure if it's going to work with the if it's going to reset properly at the other level. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So let me just fill this in, and yeah, I don't want to cut any of the wires, and but I do want to fill it in just to stop zombie pigmen from spawning in here. Yeah, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in. Yeah. Okay, definitely don't want to cut that wire, so I'll leave that one exposed. Put that one there, pop that one there, one here, one there, one there, one there. Okay, so now if I'm up, so now let's have a quick look. So that would be the crushing motion, and then I'd normally go up and throw a potion at them once they're all damaged, and then collect all the orb experience and blaze rods. But as you can see, this is up here, and forgetful me, I always forget to push the button, so I was just thinking it might be easier just to do a quick little redstone thing here. Nothing too exciting, so let's just check that out. I'll come up here. Ooh, spooky. Okay, let's see what that does. Yep, so yeah, they've now retracted, so that's exactly what I want. So the next time, all I need to do is just basically push that button and then crush them down here, and then don't need to think about it anymore. But the only thing is that pushing this button doesn't actually cause that to reset. You still need to reset it manually. So if I push this button, all that does is start the timer again. It doesn't. There's no line that connects this button to this button. I could worry about it one day, but yeah, for today, let's just forget about it. Let's I've done a few other changes that I haven't shown you. Let me just grab these 2 blocks here. Yep. Okay. Now if we go back up, you might have seen just before. Actually, if you remember from the last video, I showed you briefly behind here in the hole, there were a few chests and a whole bunch of potion stands that were along here. Some more chests up here. I've done a bit of a rethink about how I want to do things, because I mean, when you're up here waiting 30 minutes for the blaze to gather downstairs, then you really want to be productive with your time and not just AFK from the computer. I mean, you can do that certainly, but I moved all of the junk up here, and I now have ingredients for various potions. Oh, is that where that's where my infinity bow went? Yeah, so I can now go ahead. I've got the 9. I swapped that out with the cauldron. I've got the 9 brewing stands that I had downstairs, and they all just fit along here perfectly. Not too much intrusion. And I guess another thing that I've been doing since the last time I was here, I added another path. So I used to go up this ladder, and there used to be this crazy thing through the nether ceiling. No, I made a little access path here, and it leads straight back to base. So normally what I do at this time, let me just pop those 2 together. So I've put this dispenser here, so just walk up to the plate. It dispenses me with a speed potion. Let's just have a look. Speed 2, and we'll just head back to base, and as you can see, it's Nice old run. So I've made a straight line now, which is, I mean, visually quite boring, but it gets me from A to B as quickly as I can, which enough room to jump in. And so previously what I'd done is at the end of this path I used to turn right here and go up some crazy path. I spent a bit of time and extended this out and used the nether brick to turn into stairs, which I then, this wasn't here, I basically put all this in place. So and if I turn around, you'll see that this was the old path that head back to the previous Blaze XP farms. That's a bit like Doctor Who thing, isn't it? Very. Oh yeah, I should just show you. I also moved the. I forgot to show you before, but I moved the nether wart farm to up above where the ladder is at the drop to the thing. And I've got another one dispenser here, so basically I can spend some time and have the oh, it's daytime. Actually, oh. Alright, hang on a sec. What, I haven't shown you other parts of my world, so I might just do that. Let's spin that around, jump in. So there's the base. It looks a bit different. I'll get to that in a minute. But why don't I just show you some of the other areas of my world which you haven't seen yet. As you can see over here, I've got a little NPC village. Just in here, you'll see there's a few holes in the layout there. This is where I've been grabbing my sand from. Yeah, as you can see, I've been trialing both methods. Oh, I've got a test certificate wandering around. Yeah, so I've been using mostly TNT to mine it out. It's fun and doesn't take too long. I find that using the other method, with the torches, just makes it a little bit more tedious. You just see coming into view now, there's a couple of pillars, and using the slime chunk finder, I managed to find a bonanza. Now this is all in the pre 1.8, where they brought in the new, it was 1.9, who knows. But I found 4 chunks next to each other and turned them into one big area. So at that stage you only had X number of levels that slimes would spawn, so you know, it was kind of a good thing to have as many slimes here as you could. So, let's run up That's the one with the white. Ooh, missed. So in here, that's how slack I am. I haven't even bothered putting a door in. I'll just block it up with the dirt. So yeah, this was the original area where I was cutting out. I mean, I knew all the coordinates, etc. So I started out digging down here, and yeah, that was just tedious. Even with an efficiency 4, unbreaking 3 pick, it was just boring and tedious. So I just cut down, made some stairs down here, and yeah, found along the way that a few odds and sods and the blobs spawning in there. And as you can see, this is one level that I've kind of abandoned trying to finish. There's another one that is complete, and I've got a third one. And you can see how far down we are. I did actually find some diamond down here. I think it was just up here. Where is it? Yeah, just in here there was 6 or 7 diamonds. But yeah, I've made all these stairs up because yeah, you just want to, when the slimes are here, I'm just wondering where the hell they are. Maybe I'll just run upstairs very quickly.
This is how people explain their existence. This is how they honor Holy Spirit. This is how they honor their own life force. This is their life.
I guess the next thing to do would be to take you back and show you what else I've been doing. As you can see, I've put a little rail here. Now grab the mine cart. Push it up against the wall. Let's go. Jump in. Push the button, and we're off. And yeah, but I've been busy over the last week or week and a half. I had a crazy idea a little while ago about making an enchanted room. I had an enchanted room on my base before, crappy hut that I've got, and but I really wanted well, I thought, well, it just seems so compact to try out this one thing. So what I've gone and done is created something that I think is a little bit special, and hopefully I'll get to show you that now. So this will take us back. I love the diagonals now, how you really don't need any powered rails anymore. As long as you put one at the start and the finish, you've usually got enough momentum to carry you through. So here we are, that's the cows outside the base. Coming up here, and yep, here we go. Yeah, I'll just as you can see, I've got some buddies here, some new friends, 5. I think I only found 4 of them and accidentally got them to mate, but yeah, they're my guard dogs. And if we go up the stairs here, you'll see, yeah, this is the let me just put this redstone away. Oh wow, got a lot of it now. So I might just grab that 32 back. And what used to be up here was my enchanting room. I still got remnants of it still remaining. And I used to jump up here and climb down this stair. Oh, it looked pig ugly, basically. That's what it did. And I thought there must be a better way to do it. And I had a few ideas and just thought, well, let's give this a go. And well, I guess you can already see the pressure plate on the floor, so let's have a look. I just thought I'd put a little hidden enchanting table in this little room behind. Looks pretty impressive. Not. Yeah. Well, actually, there's a bit more to it. As you can see, I've got more bookshelves which I can extend out, and another lot behind it. Then I can run in, and now all the bookshelves are out. I've got the maximum number, plus I'm actually obscured, I'm hidden, so if anyone was to come down here and I was trying to hide from them, then I could hide in here. You saw that the doors went up and there's a delay for them to close up again. So yes, and one other thing is that when I'm not in here, the above light's on, and when I do come in, it switches off. But at the same time, the actual light, there's an actual redstone lamp underneath the enchanting table. Not that you can tell the difference. It doesn't appear to be any change in light level as far as the lamp is concerned. But let's just run out here and we'll have a quick look round. Yeah, it's a little bit big. It's a little bit messy. If you look, there's redstone going everywhere. Yeah, what can I say? This is the control circuit for the side. How do I get through? Honestly, you get lost in these things because you've got to have redstone running everywhere. These are the pistons, the ones above there for, actually, sorry, I made a mistake, for the smooth stone. Then I've got pistons here to eject them through, and just like the other side, I've got more redstone and pistons and everything here. I guess the thing I can probably do is show you a bit in my creative world. I've done a little kind of creative display on how to build something like this. I'm impressed by it. Well, I wouldn't say impressed by it, but I think it's interesting enough to have a hidden enchanting room. I mean, I haven't done any searching for it on the internet, on YouTube, but yeah, I think it's a nice little feature. When you're playing single player, I guess there's no use for it, but yeah, it just adds something. It was something to do, and I had an idea, make it happen, and yeah. So it doesn't actually stop all of the characters from filling in the books, but if I leave it like that, then at least it will be the minimum amount. So I've still got these 1, 2, 3, 4. It still picks up the ones behind there, even though they're behind the smooth stone. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Easy way to do it is just the ghetto way of spamming it with torches. That'll stop the characters from getting through to the enchanting table. But why don't I move to the creative world, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like from there. Okay, and welcome back. Here we are. Yeah, it looks a little bit different, doesn't it? As you can see, here we are in the creative world. I've put these other bits in. Oh, I didn't realise the ceiling height. Maybe I've got that slightly wrong. Yeah, in my real world, the light is down one, so obviously I've not done a faithful recreation, but anyway, it gives you the idea. So if we jump around and have a quick look, you can see pretty much where all the redstone is. And I've given some slightly blown apart versions of what you see over there. And yeah, well, how about I just run through it? It's a few things that I kept in this that kind of important to know. And I've got the redstone up, haven't I? One of the key things is directly above this block here. If I just knock these away, put one there. Directly above this block, we'll put a pressure plate. I'll just use a torch for now, and you'll see that okay, don't do that then. Yeah, why don't I just do that? Oh, that's not what I wanted. So grab a pressure plate and we'll do what I initially had intended. Put that piston up there. So that goes up there. We jump on. You can see straight away the light's on and the piston's up. So yeah, that redstone wire came on, and this was the key because it's so compact. Actually, if I go back to the first world here, because it's so compact with all these sticky pistons, it becomes it's not a question of can you do it, it's a question of is there enough space to do it, because everything starts to it starts to trigger everything else. So you have to figure out, think of creative ways to stop one wire from triggering another wire. So let's just start off with some of the basic ideas of the wiring, or behind the wiring. So you want to be able to power this block here and that, this piston there and that piston there. Actually, I've taken some blocks away. I need to just put them back. Yeah, this is my first real redstone project where I've created something from scratch. So if I seem a bit rusty, then that's the reason for it. Yeah, that should be fine. So yes, one of the first things you want to try and do is power these pistons on the side, and well, that seemed to be an idea here, but the power's not actually going into the block that you want it to go into. And if I place a block there, it triggers the wrong piston because the power's now going into this piston. So, well, what I really need is for the power not to go from here down to there. I need it to go into the block underneath. So I thought, okay, here we go. We'll just put it into there. And no, it doesn't work that way because the redstone just wants to loop back onto itself. So the key to this really came about when it started to dawn on me that I needed to cut the wires. And this does it exactly the way you want it. So the power that comes from the pressure plate into here, it triggers the piston, it comes down here, it goes into the block underneath the piston you want to activate, and now they all trigger at the same time. So that was the key to this whole thing for me. There were a couple other features which became, let me just make it daytime. A couple of other key things about this build that really were turning points for me. And let's go back up here. Oh, why is that up? Oh, that's right. They're just right. Okay, they're just existing flooring. Yep, that's right. So that would be your standard floor. So yeah, everything from here came around this one block here, and the way the wires cut through, and then the wiring would come down here and branch off into wherever I needed it to go. So I guess the easiest way to display this is to go to the actual one here, and we'll go back to this area here. So once again, a few of the blocks are different, but Will I ever learn to play this game properly? So once again, piston, pressure plate above, hits the redstone wire, goes into the blocks, which powers the pistons. It then branches off into two directions. Probably the best one is to take this one. This one comes up here, and is that the one I want? Or is it that one? No, what I want to do next, sorry, I'm just a little bit disorganized. What I want to show next is how I get the the bookshelves to come in and out, because I mean that was a challenge, because it's really a question of timing, and this one took me a few days to figure out as well. Okay, it's okay. So what happens is, as you can see, I've put this block here as a different color just to highlight it so you can see a bit more what's going on. The power comes down this wire and comes across here. This originally was a piston-powered T flip-flop. It just had two wires or two redstone torches under there, but I mean, it's been a while now, but I've got another button here to show you exactly what happens. Essentially, it works exactly the same way as a T flip-flop does. You've got the redstone torch at either end, and then the was it a T flip-flop? I think it was a T flip-flop. And then you've got these non-sticky pistons pushing the blocks side to side. And really what I'm trying to achieve here is different paths and different connections breaking. So now if I push this one, I hold the mouse pretty still, you'll see, maybe that wasn't clear enough. So there I wanted to retract, so here I want to retract the bookshelves first, and then I want it to extend the pistons for the smooth stone. And that's exactly what happens. But it's all a question of really delicate timing. I've put all these, you may have seen on the previous attempt there, not attempt, but set up to try and display this. I put these furnaces around the top because I was actually having troubles with the pistons pushing everything out of place, and furnaces are blocks that won't be moved by pistons. But so what happens in the first instance is it's normally going to be in the default position, which is the smooth stone, so you can't see what's in there. So what happens is power comes from this wire, it extends, and as each of these repeaters has a 4 delay on it. One branches off to the top, and another one branches off just under here. See if I can get across the top. Yeah. So it is actually much easier to show in the real world one, but I'll see if I can do this without going into flying mode. Yeah, so power comes over here, hits this repeater on a 2 delay, and then hits these 3 repeaters on just a regular 1 delay. What I'm trying to do at this particular point is make sure they all extend at the same time, because that's one of the annoying things is when you're doing these things and you can't get the timing right and it just looks sloppy. So yeah, that's the reason for the abundance of repeaters in this instance. Similarly, this one wasn't so bad because I could run the redstone wire, but down here I was kind of pressed for space, and that's, yeah, I wanted to yeah, there was a question of interference. That's the reason why I chose to use the repeaters at that point. So the top cable comes up here, has a 3 delay, and then because it's the 2 that's underneath this repeater here, plus the 1 that's on these repeaters down there, so that's the 3 up the top, so they'll extend and retract at the same time. But so when you push the button, it then flips over, and this one takes control. So then there's a 4, each of those 2 repeaters there has a 4 delay, and each of these has a 1 delay. So, but the nice thing about using repeaters here is that it powers the block below, plus it powers the block in front, so that chooses all, extends all 6 pistons at the same time. But the real drama that I was having with this was that when I really wanted a different extend time for the exposing of the bookshelves, so I wanted to retract and then push out extend the bookshelves out, and you may see over here that there's another piston that's also that triggers almost immediately. And what that actually does, or what the key, this was the second key moment in the development of this enchanting room, was that by extending this block on a sticky piston, it cuts the wires, so it cuts the power. So by cutting the power, you force the sticky pistons, which control the smooth stone, to retract first. So you still got a delay which still engages, but the sticky piston cuts the power, which causes the pistons to retract, which then allows a space for the bookshelves to go. So again, if we watch that very carefully, when I push this button, this piston will extend, will cut the power to both the upper pistons and the lower pistons. They will retract, and then after the 8 delay here, the power will then extend to these repeaters up there, and that will force the bookshelves out. So that was the eureka moment. Once I had that solved, it was just a matter of simply coming across and doing a mirror image on this side. So that was the easiest part, was this right hand side as you're viewing it from the front. I'll just show you some of the other stuff here. So I've now got the door opening. No, I've got the door closing. Yeah, so having that pressure plate would allow me to close and open the doors, but still wasn't quite there because I was only controlling the bottom ones at that stage. But by this time I had the extending and retracting of the bookshelves on left and right hand side. Oh, something's not working. Try that again. There must be some sort of timing issue. I'll just add one tick to that. It should slow it down enough. Let's try that again. And that's the thing, by having those they're now out. Yeah, they're not in unison, but anyway, you get the idea. You'll have to play around with it to get it to work exactly the way you want it to. So anyway, at this point, the next thing that I wanted to do was have this pressure plate, which is triggering these pistons to go up and down. I wanted a wire to come off and have it control the back. So if we go over here, so this power comes down and is inverted, and there was a reason for that, and it probably looks a bit silly, but I needed to invert the signal because I wanted it retracted and hidden as I walked in. See, the reveal wasn't instant. So once again, I've got power that goes to this piston, which cuts the wire. I think the easiest thing for me to do here is going to be fly up, kill that, kill that. I don't want to kill that. Okay. I wonder if I can get this to happen. Nope. A bit further forward. There we go. Yeah, so really, this is now in the extended mode. By having that torch inverted down here, it just means that the power is now... yeah, so I'm using this piston, this sticky piston, to direct the power from A to B. So right now it's sending power to the upstairs. And, excuse me, the microphone's just getting a bit weird. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a little while. I can't. Oh, all right. So the power comes up here to the pistons and these repeaters on a 2 delay, which extends them out. And next thing. So if I now go up and steal that block. There we go. I might just having a nap here. Just to make it daytime, make it a bit easier for you. And reposition the microphone. Yeah, so here we go, daytime again. Okay, so it's now that we've de-triggered, the power's now going to the other side, which has these ones on a 2 delay, these repeaters on 2 delay, then the power comes up here, it cuts back, powers this block directly, and then powers the pistons on the rear to extend and retract the smooth stone. That's on a 2 delay. Man, it's just so complicated. You just don't. the real thing. It's not one project and you plan it out. It's a whole series of separate little projects, which you just manage to solve each problem one by one. So this entire redstone path up the back here was purely to send out a signal so that we can retract the smooth stone and then extend the bookshelves. So that was this entire purpose. But having that feature is one thing, but then you need to be able to reset it, and so that's one thing to open the doors together, which is pretty simple. You just, well, I say pretty simple. I'll just show you the dramas that was, well, not dramas, but the deal that happens there. So directly above this block is the external pressure plate, which powers here, gets sent through these 6 repeaters, all on a, 3 repeaters on a 4 delay. That then comes down here, goes into this block, which is inverted. Now, this will seem strange. You just have to trust me on it. It's inverted. It then runs through a redstone wire, goes into this block, and it's inverted a second time. And the reason for that is because of the compact nature of all these pistons being in such close proximity to each other, I needed to be able to control these from this block to extend and retract these pistons. So by inverting this signal, it caused this block to be unpowered, and then this torch to be powered, which then extends the piston. So by not standing on it and that series of inverted redstone torches, it causes the piston to be extended in the default position. By placing a block on it, or placing the player on it, it causes this. There's actually what is it, 12 delay on there. It then comes across and causes the entire thing to be inverted. And that was the other reason why. By having the power there, you can then run the power to the other torches on the side. So I've got in here, there's the power that goes from down there into the block that's next. That's right, into this block, which has a redstone torch on it. So when you're standing on the piston, this one's off because of the inverted signal, and then the power goes up here, and this one is also off, which means that it's the retract. So the on state is the retracted position. Yeah. And because I'm running this wire from, which branches off from the piston on the inside, or the pressure plate on the inside, that actually controls some of the other circuitry, which is to do with the timing, because as you saw, so I want to be able to get in here and then for things to happen, and then there to be a delay, so I have enough time to get out before being crushed by the pistons. What this circuit does, it actually controls the door reopening. So this entire circuit here that does the pulse shortener to this pulse extender, so it comes over here. So the first thing you want it to do is to pulse on and then off very quickly, which is just enough time to cause the circuit to open. But then you also want it to extend, have a second pulse come through. So you want it to, So it's the pulse shortener sends a signal out here, which causes the doors to open, and then you want it to stay open for a period of time, and that's the idea of the pulse extender. So it comes in here, the pulse quickly comes in here, and then it is extended through this process. All I know is that, if I break this signal, so that's the signal that comes out from the pressure plate on the inside. If I walk in, by walking in, if I now want to leave, the doors don't open. So you're kind of trapped in here. Good thing about Creative World, you can just fly in and out. But there's obviously different states, different reasons why you want the door to open and close. It's not just a straight up, well, I'll just stand on it and I'll stand off it. That's the reason why. Still not explaining it very clearly, but you'll get the idea. Wonder if I can make that fit. Nope. Oh. Oh, just made it. Nope. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is, So there we go. This is what it would look like on the outside. You can't see. But once you take away, I really wanted just a short pulse to be able to go bang, bang, bang. But then I needed to extend it So this was one of Etho's pulse lengthener tricks. It's essentially a T flip-flop. So power comes into here, and it's a T flip-flop, and redstone one. And then the power from here goes through a series of delays and goes around and then goes back in, and gradually the time increases. I don't know. You just keep trying things until you can get it to work. So when you step on this button, it causes the doors to open. This one causes the bottom light to open. This path here goes up to the top, goes across here, is inverted, and causes these ones to retract. Yeah, there's no actual block needed here. It's just there for aesthetics. Yeah, so that's the path for the redstone to open. And that's right. And also at the same time, when you step on this block, it also comes up. So yeah, that's what this is for. There's another path too. So you've got a long path there, so a long delay, so it keeps the doors open for a long time, and then you've got the short delay, which is basically when you step on the plate, it triggers it quickly. When you step off the plate, you have a delay. And yeah, I know it's a bit of a chaotic video, but maybe if I just show you some of the, I don't know that it's any clearer by going into the real world, but maybe I'll do that now. I'll go back to the regular world, and we'll have a look at the circuitry from within there. All right, see you soon. Okay, and we're back now. So once again, there's the I actually created this first, and then made the test world to try and explain what's going on a bit better. It all still looks pretty much the same. We've got the the 3 with 4 delay. We've got the pulse shortener here, plus the pulse extender, and the paths look all the same. It's just there's a few more blocks around, and a bit harder to show exactly what's going on. Yep, so here he is. There we've got the inverted signal there. We've got this kind of unusual T flip-flop, mechanical T flip-flop, piston T flip-flop back here. Yeah, it does exactly the same thing. It's just you can't see what's going on because of all the other stuff that's like the fact that the base is upstairs, and if I start cutting into it too much, yeah, you can't see exactly what's going on. And yeah, I do have other ways to get from A to B. Oh, where's that? No, confused. Can't remember how to get to the other side now. To the back. Yeah, and the paths in here are a lot harder to follow because there's blocks everywhere, and redstone, you're not sure which wire is going where. So it just seemed to make more sense to make a creative world to make it all open. But what I'll do, I'll put the creative world up for download, and you can have a look for yourselves, and if there are any suggestions that you might have for it, then go for it. I'm more than happy to hear any sort of suggestions that you have. One thing I didn't show was, that's right, so there's another thing down here, because I said earlier that the light comes on, so when you step on the plate, where is it? Right, so the pressure plate's directly above this block here. When you stand on it, the light comes on, but I was kind of a bit worried about the fact that mobs might spawn inside the room with the lights off. I could have just had it as straight up glowstone, but for some reason I decided, look, I'm going to make it a bit trickier. I think it started off initially as, well, I've got the pressure plate on this block, why don't I make it come on when I step on the pressure plate? So that was the logic, in inverted commas, behind it, and I just decided to take it from there. So yeah, the power comes down here, power comes down from that pressure plate down here, it goes up to the back to control the rear smooth stone pistons and the rear bookshelves. Then I have another line that goes up here, so it branches off, it comes up and left, it goes up and forward, it comes up and forward and goes right and then left and then up and left and then up and right, then up and right, then up and left into this repeater. Up, because the reason for going up like this is because this wire down here, you don't want them too close, so there it is. So then I've got, yeah, directly under here you'll find the top. Yeah, so there's the top lamp. So I'll just pop that back and put the redstone back on. Yeah, so the this wire is powered by this inverted signal. There are subtle differences between my real world and this with this real world and my test world, but essentially they work exactly the same. There are just slight differences between the two. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. As rambling as it's been, it's not been 100% thought through, but I just wanted to get it out there, get the video out there so that you could get some inspiration and maybe build it yourself. If you've liked the video, then if you can click like, that'd be great. Otherwise, feel free to download it, and hopefully I'll have another video for you soon. Alright, until then, this is Amnesia out. Bye.